You got victory here.
Recognize that they can be anywhere on a Sunday morning, but they are in the house of the Lord and they are about their Father's business.
Let's give God praise for all of these young people that's done such a phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. Wonderful it is to be here, and what wonderful leadership you all have in the person of Pastor Maria. She's a woman of crystal clear communication skills, ferocious fortitude, and poetic profundity. We went to Princeton. Your request is granted. You may be seated. In this particular pericope, we are posed with a problematic predicament. This is a woman from Canaan. This is a Canaanite woman. Canaanite women were individuals who were from the region of Canaan. Canaan was a particular place where the people were kissed by the sun. They were a darker-hued people. They were people of color. It's interesting that Matthew would call her a Canaanite woman because the book of Mark, the synoptic gospel of Mark, calls her a Syrophoenician woman. It is to say that she is from the lower socioeconomic status and bracket. This is a sister who is not lazy, who's not necessarily on welfare because she wants to be on welfare. She's doing the best she can as a single mom to raise her children and put food on the table. And because 45, I refuse to say his name, is now in office, there's no Obamacare. May not go to Elmwood, but she got Jesus. We know, according to the text, is that her daughter is in trouble. Her daughter is in trouble, and she is demonically possessed, and she's gone to the preacher, and the preacher could not help her. She sent $10 in to Benny Hinn, and all of his shenanigans would not help her. Oh God, she went and looked at BET at 3 o'clock in the morning and bought some water from the River Jordan, and that did not, y'all not talking, that did not help her. She went over to Creflo's church and found out that if she just go ahead and put $1,000 at the altar, then maybe the prosperity ministry could help her, but she left broke, busted, and disgusted. The Bible says she made her way to Jesus, and the disciples shooed her away. Look what they say. They say she cries out after us. This woman did not come to see the disciples. She came just as she was to see Jesus. I'm just people right on your pew, right? Don't look at them because they're going to know that you're talking about them. Right on your row, right in your section, right in your choir, right on your deacon board, right in your session. I know the Presbyterian church who try to mess up what God's trying to do in your life. But every now and again, you got to let the devil know I didn't come for you. I did not come to get your phone number. I did not come to see what you got on. I don't care what you got going on with you. I came here to have a little talk with Jesus because he'll make it all right. Say yes! Because the problem isn't with her. The problem is with her daughter. But any parent in here realizes on this Youth Sunday that if my child is in trouble, I wish I had some praying mothers in here. I wish I had some praying mothers up in here that said, I don't care if my child's strung out on crack, that's still my baby. I don't care if my child dropped out of school, that's my child. Don't put your mouth on my baby, because you may see a different side of me that's not too sophisticated. I told you grace is what God gives you in spite of you, but mercy is what God holds back from you in spite of you. You deserve to have a one-way ticket straight to hell with gasoline drawers on. But God blocked it. Have you ever had Jesus send you the voicemail? Have you ever had Jesus push mute on your conversation? Have you ever sent Jesus a heavenly email, he did not respond? as fast as you thought he should have responded? What do you do when you've done all there is to do and Jesus is quiet? How do you handle the silence of God? What do you do when you prayed for your child and they still acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? What do you do when you've prayed for the marriage and it's still in trouble? If you hold on to the brokenness long enough, God is setting you up for a breakthrough that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. I have a witness in here that you had your back against the wall before, and just before you were about to give in and give up and throw in the towel, God showed up. And how many people know that when God shows up, God shows out? She holds on a little while longer, Pastor Maria, and here's what he says. He says, it's not right to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs. It's not right. Take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs. Look what she says. She says, yes, Lord, you can diss me, you can deny me, you can disrespect me, but I'm not giving up. Because even the dogs can eat the crumbs that falls from the master's table. I want to talk to some people that's had a crummy season in life right now. I want to talk to some folk that's got some crummy situations going on. Some crummy financial situation, crummy child situation, crummy existence right now. Can I tell you, you got to follow this woman's example. Why? Because the same power that's in the loaf is the same power that's in the crumb. Want to bless me, Lord? I'll be satisfied. Praise, because you may not have the car, but you got the crumb. You may not have the dream house, but you got the crumb. Your child may not be where you want them to be, but at least you got some crumbs. Where are the people that said, I'll praise you on the crumbs? Yes, Lord. But even the dogs can eat the crumbs. My wife and I recently had dinner with another couple, and as we approached the house, we could smell the tantalizing aroma of some fried chicken being cooked, macaroni and cheese, cornbread. Y'all know how to cook in New Jersey? And we got to the table and we started eating, and out of nowhere, y'all, out of nowhere, the small dog came from the back, and he sat right at the master's feet. Sat right at his master's feet. And he started making some noise because he was trying to get the master's attention. After a while had gone by, finally he got the master's attention, and the master bent down, picked him up, and put him in his lap. But the master didn't feed him. The dog had enough sense to know that because I was seated at the master's feet, I made a little noise to get his attention. That the master would pick me up, turn me around, and place my feet on a solid ground. He put them in his lap, and the dog said, because I'm in proximity to my blessing, all I gotta do is throw back my head, open up my mouth, and let the drops fall down in my mouth. I wish I had somebody here that sat at the master's feet, would not give up until God answered your prayer. You started making some noise in Elmwood to get the master's attention, and because the noise you made got the master to pick you up and place you in his lap, and all you gotta do is throw back your head, open up your mouth, and taste and see that the Lord is good. I wish I had 100 people that would make some noise up in Elmwood.